frequently visits mosque news and reads that quite a bit. And he gets a lot of information from there. But I know there was once a Russian female journalist who was assassinated.
Anna Politkovskaya.
Yes, her.
She was assassinated on Putin's birthday.
Yeah.
What an accident.
Are there any more like people like her trying to, in Russia, trying to get the word out? Because I know in America we have a lot of, sort of ideas that Putin's the hunk, if you will, running without a shirt, shooting whales with little tranquilizer.
No, whales. No, I'm against shooting whales, but he's shooting people. So that's much worse. So, yeah. Politkovsky is the most prominent name, but you have many others. You have reports on, I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but on a weekly basis, of journalists being harassed, attacked. Okay, sometimes killed, but attacks on journalists are widespread in Russia. And we know the stories, from Moscow or the Moscow countryside. For instance, the big story about the forest of Khimki, which is the Moscow countryside, is about 25 miles, roughly 25 miles, less than 50 kilometers, from the center of Moscow. And this forest had been, just in order to be cut and just decimated. And people were protecting it. They tried to protect it because they knew it's a new road built by the company of two brothers close to Putin, Rodomir brothers. And the editor of the newspaper, who publicly supported this case, he was beaten. He's still in coma. There are a number of other people who supported it. They also were either beaten or attacked and badly injured. So it happens all the time. The terror against journalists, against those who speak freely in Russia, it just, it's unfortunate, very sad, sadly daily reality.
Would you say that the threat against journalists is equal to or greater than the threat against political opposition in Russia? And if so, have there been moments where you feared for your own life and where you stand?
No, I spent only 5 days in jail, so it's not the most pleasant place in Russia, especially because, I was cut from any access to the outside world, It's here you enjoy, one call, the lawyer. In Russia, it's a very different ballgame. No, political opposition, people spend days in jail. We don't have, the same kind of massive repressions as 50 years ago. But if you are part of the political opposition, you can lose your job. You can be kicked out from your university. You definitely will spend at least a few days in jail. You can be beaten up, and you are under constant pressure. So as we speak, I'm sure in many small cities in Russia, maybe even in Moscow, people are being interrogated, harassed. So it's a constant pressure. And under Medvedev, by the way, there was they created a special division called